Mr. Banayo, I want to ask you, I mean, we enjoy talking to you because we can talk to you about politics in general and picking on your experience and so on. So kanina nga po, nabanggit nyo, what everybody knows, surveys, conventional thinking says that Bongbong Marcos is at this point still the man to beat. So how do the other campaigns, I mean, how do the other campaigns then position given this, the strong running right now of Bongbong Marcos?
Well, we've tested that through surveys as well as FGDs. And what has come out are, one, the Sara votes. When Sara was still a candidate or was still listed as a candidate for president, the Sara votes transferred to Senator Marcos. But are these hard support? Can you consider this hard support? The answer to that is it's still soft support. Secondly, that a lot of trolls have been unleashed by the Marcos camp to create this illusion of a savior. So it's the job of any competitor, any opponent, to puncture that myth. That Senator Marcos and his handlers have created. And we still have about 5 months to do that. It can be done.
Do you think the petitions for disqualification and cancellation of the COC are going to work against him or in his favor?
I don't have any measurement of that at this point, whether it's working in his favor or whether it's going to be bad for him. But going by previous elections, remember in 2016, Grace Poe was the subject of a disqualification case that went all the way up to the Supreme Court, which decided in her favor. But by the time the Supreme Court decided in favor, people had already turned off, or most of her supporters had already turned off and shifted their support mostly to President Mayor Rodrigo Duterte at the time. The same thing happened in 2010. There was a disqualification case against former President Joseph Estrada at that time, and Pinoy won by 42%, I think, over ERAP's 24%. Again, because
what about
disqualification case.
Mr. Banayo,
what about the cocaine accusation of President Duterte? What do you make of that? I mean, is that an inoculation, some experts or analysts would say? Or
I don't think that's an inoculation, because that is a very, pag ang presidente na very fixated on the war on drugs and considers the gains on this war on drugs, however we may contest the methods, as a legacy on his part, para niya baliktarin yung sinabi niya, para mo nilunok yung dinura mo na, to put it in colloquial Tagalog. Parang you can't do a volte-face on that and say, hindi, susuporta ako na lang si Bongbong kasi mataas yung numbers niya. After having accused him of something which in his book is the most cardinal of all sins.
Mr. Banayo, last question na lang po, because you're not the first to mention or allude to the soft support supposedly, as borne out supposedly by surveys for Bongbong Marcos. I think Dindo Manhit, among other people, pointed to that also. I think people have some idea, but can you flesh that out? What does that mean? Can you paint an archetype for a soft supporter?
Okay. Madami sa mga, kasi right now, we're going down to the ground. The ground operations have been very effective. We have what we call cine caravans, in the sense that we field people all over right now, the Metro Manila and the Mega Manila area muna, hanggang Batangas and hanggang Pampanga on the other end. We noticed that once people are informed about what Isko Moreno did in Manila, na hindi pala nila alam, and then pati yung story ng buhay niya, nagpapalit ang isip ng tao. They admit that they were convinced that they would support Ferdinand Marcos Jr. because they said may promise of gold, may promise of 5 million per voter would get 5 million if he enlists and votes for Ferdinand Marcos Jr. So this web of lies that have been spread throughout the past several years, no? It may take some time to unravel, but at the end of the day, lagi ko nga sinasabi, when you begin a campaign based on lies, those lies will be eventually discovered by the public. We have to trust the Filipino people. Hindi naman ganun katanga ang Pilipino. Matalino naman ang Pilipino. No? So that is how I look at it.